of this upcoming campaign as they take on a Chelsea side under new management in Frank Lampard. Still to fill in this 63,000 capacity stadium. Delivered for the 2002 World Cup, which it hosted 4 games, including the semi-final won by Brazil against Turkey with a memorable goal from Ronaldo, who of course graced Barcelona as a current star with the Kashima and Busquets, and there he is, the 120 million euro man. Is it going to pre-season? Man who Lampard is going to be depending on the second season running. He had him at Derby last year as he took his first bench against one of his great rivals as a player. And it's already Barcelona getting into their pre-season stride and winning the game's first corner after. It's going to be taken by the young winger Alex Collado. Flicked on by Griezmann. It was a free chance as well. Oriol Busquets going to be taken by the young winger Alex Collado. Flicked on by Griezmann. It was a free chance as well. Oriol Busquets, which he failed to do.
Yeah, look, we'll let him off as it's very early on in the game, but a great flick on from Griezmann. Busquets, unmarked, no more than 7 yards out, has to hit the target, has to focus him very well, and the youth is going to get a chance with this transfer ban that Chelsea are currently under. The youth is going to get a chance.
So much to talk about with that as well. Pulisic wearing the number 24 shirt, getting a touch of the ball here on the left-hand side in this 4-2-3-1 formation. Mount he's linking with. Both of them 20.
Derby County under Frank Lampard this season, pretty much guaranteed of a stay at Stamford Bridge. He won't be going out on loan. Just recently signed a 5-year contract as well.
It's a lovely ball drifted in. His 8th season with Chelsea. He will be 30 in August.
But what a signing he's been for Chelsea, just 8.8 million euros. He's been just a class operator over those 8 seasons.
5-year contract in his back pocket to learn from his idol. Doesn't get much better than that.
No, it doesn't. And it's great that he's got that safety, that the 5 years obviously sees him through till he's 25 years of age. Virtually 2 decades he'll have spent at Chelsea and still only be 25. I saw an interview with him earlier in the week and just saying how good it is to be able to learn from Lampard. Lampard's been talking him through how to arrive late into the box, and look, there's nobody better to learn from than Frank Lampard. At Chelsea, a lot of talk of him going to Everton.
Offsets Ricky Puig. A very tidy player. Looking to make further strides this season. Having shone in Barcelona's pre-season last year. Having been introduced briefly this year in La Liga action, Copa del Rey as well. 3 B players out there for Barcelona have all played for the first team.
Yeah, they'll all be striving, won't they, Ross? 4 more minutes, specifically in La Liga with the first team.
Here is Puig, a very clever, incisive player, looking for Griezmann, that guile that Barcelona are looking for. Again, with the introduction of De Jong this season. They're looking to be a bit more unpredictable than they were last campaign. Puig, again, finding Griezmann. Dembele getting himself involved. Sergio Roberto, it's nice from Barca.
It doesn't come much more difficult than playing away at Manchester United, at the Theatre of Dreams, at Old Trafford for Chelsea on August the 11th.
It is going to be quite the opener for Lampard.
He thrived there as a player, that's for certain. Oh, close to kick-off time, Griezmann. You can see on the inside of that right knee, there's a few cuts. Certainly was a rough challenge from Jorginho. I don't think there's a great deal of malice in it, but the studs were showing. Certainly cut the inside of Griezmann's knee.
He only began training, the whole team only began training last Monday. Throw in a plane flight around half the globe, and then stack up this 90 minutes here. I doubt that we'll see any of these Barcelona players turn out for 90 minutes tonight. Save maybe for the goalkeeper ter Stegen. Here's Griezmann. It's nice again.
Specific miss from 4 or 5 yards out, but you do wonder whether Tammy Abraham has the quality, has the technique to play the number 9, to lead the line for Chelsea in the Premier League.
We're looking out here for Mount, who's taken it down very nicely on the chest. He's ridden the challenge as well, which came in from Umtiti. It was very nearly a spectacular finish from Mason Mount.
Well, that's the one thing we do know. Mount doesn't lack confidence. Goes up against Piqué. Gets a little lucky here, but gets the ball down onto the left foot and strikes goalward. Just half a yard over ter Stegen's crossbar. But Mount has got an eye for goal. 14 goals last season. Oh, sorry, 8 goals last season for Derby County. 14 goals the season before that for Vitesse when he was playing in the Netherlands. That's a nice ball as well, into the path of Pulisic. It's a nice weight on the pullback as well from Azpilicueta. Really would expect to hit the target from there, Christian Pulisic. Very much off the heel of the...
Character, Frank Lampard, always led by example. No fuss, always honest. And that goes a long way. It's an intriguing appointment for Roman Abramovich to make. 12th permanent manager to hold the hot seat, not counting Gus Hiddink's couple of spells in charge. Under Abramovich, that's extremely high turnover.
I think his stature here at Chelsea, though, I think his stature with Abramovich as well is just going to allow him a few extra months, even if things don't go badly. Obviously, he's almost got the luxury of that transfer ban, which means he can't bring players in. I think, again, that gives him an extra few months too.
Here's Griezmann. Decided to tee up Dembele. Good challenge arrived from Pedro.
Good challenge on the top of the 18-yard box. There's certainly been a few challenges going in. I think that's almost good to see that it's not being treated as an exhibition match. Both sets of players want to start getting the physical contact. Both their respective seasons are not far away.
Oh, that's an uncharacteristic error which has led to the opening goal for Tammy Abraham and Chelsea. Sergi Busquets caught cold. And Chelsea's new number 9 manages to run in the opening goal of the encounter. He now has a goal against Barcelona to his CV.
It's a really poor giveaway here by Busquets. Ricochet of Jorginho falls kindly to Tammy Abraham. And a quick 1-2 with a right and a left foot. Right onto the left. Little stumble, but taps it home with the inside of his left foot. For Busquets, it's so surprising he just didn't know that Jorginho was there. Busquets is always that guy, head on the swivel, always on the half turn. Here he didn't know what was going on around him. Turns into trouble. Good foot in from Jorginho. Ricochet falls kindly for Abraham, and that's a decent finish from the number 9 league. Whether it be the likes of Darren Caskey back in the day with Reading, or Darren Huckabee when he was at Norwich and Coventry. The step up is huge, and Abraham certainly struggled when he played in the EPL with Swansea when he was there on loan. Just scored 5 goals in his 30 games with Swansea. Look, he's another year older, another year of experience. Certainly looks as though Frank Lampard has full confidence in us, and to see how both sets of teams take on that Leagues Cup, how seriously they take it. Obviously, Mexican teams just at the beginning of their league competition, MLS, very much up and running.
Poor old Ricky, sent to the turf. David Luiz, I think a little upset, given his marauding run just a few seconds earlier. does have 3 first-team appearances to his name, Tammy Abraham. And there goes Pulisic. He's in on goal again, has to do it himself.
Can be interchangeable. Pulisic can play on the left or on the right. Tammy Abraham's pulled out onto the right-hand side. Pedro's played through the centre a couple of times.
Oh, and that's Griezmann on for Dembele. The hole's appearing at the Chelsea defence this time. Dembele.
There was certainly a little cloud under the Barcelona team, wasn't it, at the back end of the season, as you say. The Champions League loss to Liverpool, the massive deficit overturned, the loss to Valencia in the Copa del Rey. 3 losses in their last 5 games in all competitions.
Time whistle. Mount's delivery. Piqué getting in front of Abraham. It's a bit of a cheap ball of Barcelona and Johan Cruyff. Ajax connection continues. There's Griezmann, lovely, with Alba looking to instigate himself here. In fact, it was Griezmann who took the shot eventually.
Similar angle to Pulisic's just moments ago. It's a lovely interchange here. As Griezmann gets the ball back, never going to trouble Kepa from there. If he's going to do anything, he just needs to fizz that across the 6-yard box. But a great move between Alba and Griezmann. Just wrong option.
Ivan Rakitic is out there. Rafinha through the centre. Nelson Semedo getting on the ball early as well to affect things for Barcelona. First shot fired away. It's wide for Malcolm, a player who has been linked with a move away from the Blaugrana this summer.
Yeah, it's absolutely no surprise, Ross, that they've made.
Just involved here. Clash of the 2 19s. Carlos Alenya. Alenya switching numbers this in the midst of the season. And still enjoying that wonderful run with Ajax to the semi-finals. The Champions League, that's shot away.
Take another look at it. Takes a little deflection on the way through. Kepa just happy to power in an Ajax shirt, just went about his business diligently.
Here's Perez. Oh, he's been allowed to travel a long way, but he didn't come up with the finish that the run deserved, really.
It's a glorious run, straight through the heart of the Chelsea defence. Great feet, left foot onto the right foot. Didn't seem to be comfortable taking the strike with the right foot, so had a little flick with the outside of his left. Here we see it at the death. Didn't get enough of.
Here is Malcolm. Semedo. Nice touch from Rafinha. As deft as it was delightful. And Carlos Perez is the man at the end of the move again.
Yeah, and that from Perez, it has to go across Kepa. There's no way he's going to beat him at that near post area. It has to be fizzed across Kepa's goal. What's the...
Not your rowdy bunch.
I was going to say, by respectful, do you mean quiet?
Yes. There's a turnover for Pedro. Arsenal done well, busily winning that ball back. Alenya might fall for Rafinha, who's offside.
It's a great first touch from Alenya, gets the ball out of his feet with a second, good strike across Kepa.
He should be working his way towards fitness. He only got about 10 days off following the final of the Gold Cup, indeed, Pulisic. Probably still very fit. Here's Perez. All first-time effort from the arriving Rafinha. gathered in again. Players out of the club from the group that have been involved. I'll let you answer that in just a few moments. Here's Alonso. There's Kennedy, one of those under questioning. Taking aim and a deflection almost leads to Chelsea's second. Good reactions from Neto.
That really is very good reaction save. Todibo, no more than 8 yards out from goal. It's a good strike from Kennedy. Just hits the inside of that.
Alonso. Pedro's ball, which was ready for the hit by Kennedy on his left foot. He then took a swing with his right. Neither. Barkley. Kennedy. And so too Alonso, who tried to reach it, appealing for the corner. And Barkley will have another go at this. Oh, a great one, having built him up. What about this situation involving Hazard being at the fulcrum of absolutely everything last year? Of course, we know that he led... Bakayoko this time finding Alonso coming forward. Barkley. Oh, it's brilliantly taken. Ross Barkley. Neto wasn't expecting it. And Barkley adds Chelsea's second. A bit of improvisation with his left foot. Turning into a very good night's work for Frank Lampard and his new Chelsea team.
It's a lovely little flick round the corner initially from Barkley. The ball back into him from Alonso. Gets the ball out of his feet. Just curls it into that corner of Neto's goal. Curls it around Semedo. Neto a little unsighted, but that's the quality Barkley has. Nobody ever doubts the quality of Ross Barkley. He's had it since he was...
There's Rafinha. Barcelona would love to get one tonight. And a chance for Perez to do that. Wasn't able to take it first time, wanted to cushion it. The ball got away from him. Chelsea drawn in like moths to the flame. But Perez has won it back off Kennedy. It's a cheap giveaway. Rakitic. Alasalenia. Rafinha again. Guillem. Nice flick on from Semedo. Malcolm out there. Tomori, I think, got a flick on that. Use the ball. Barkley into the path of Kennedy. Put a shift in to reach it. And he's done that. Guillem was just shrugged aside. Couldn't pick out Giroud though. He appears to be in some discomfort, does Kennedy. Bakayoko continues.
Yeah, the assumption has to be that Kennedy's picked up a little bit of a knock there. You would assume maybe...
The way I want to do it, if you do that, you know, he's basically putting the question to his players to have faith in him. And if he gets that buy-in from the beginning, and they see it as sincere, then he could get a very positive response from the whole squad.
I think so. Everything I've heard so far is good.
Chance for Barcelona to at least notch tonight. Make their way into the penalty area again. That foul is on the edge of it from Drinkwater. Well, they've worked hard defensively, Chelsea. They'd love to keep this clean sheet intact as we hit 90 minutes. And they're not going to have... Barcelona, of course, will be welcoming back their South American contingent, which numbers a great many players involved. They'll be relishing a few extra days' rest. There's Rakitic. Oh, there's no clean sheet for Chelsea and Kepa, as Rakitic's quality shines through in injury time. For the Barcelona fans in Japan, that's what they've been waiting to see. Rakitic doesn't disappoint. Fine strike.
Yeah, there may not have been a great deal of confidence in his free kick just moments ago, but this looks absolutely effortless. Good first touch from Rakitic into his path, and absolutely smashes this home with the laces of that right foot. Nothing Kepa can do about this one. Kepa's made 2 or 3 good saves. He's just left absolutely grasping at thin air here.
Captain's armband on him though, and plenty of quality to suggest that this season that's the thing, isn't it? Barcelona, it's not wholesale changes that are required, it's a sprinkling of difference makers to revitalise the model.
Well, certainly the nucleus is there, Ross, isn't it?
We'll be back after this to wrap it up.